Welcome to BW Businessworld. Today we are here at BW Education's Leadership Summit 2023. I have with me Ms. Arti Khungar, who is principal of Happy English School, Shalat Bihar.
Hi.
Welcome, ma'am. So good to have you.
Thank
We
you.
are right
Thank you
now
so
talking
much.
about how the education as a sector has evolved. You have been into the industry, being a senior leader amongst this. How was your journey?
Okay.
And right now, what do you think? How the whole sector has evolved?
See, I am into this industry, I'll say right from birth, because my father started few schools. The oldest schools of East Delhi, Happy English School, was started by my father. But if I talk about direct engagement, now it's more than 30 years, and past 20 years I'm in the role of the principal, school principal. Education industry has evolved a lot, because now a lot of focus is happening on 21st century skills. The world is changing. The children are also moving towards a global world, no? So the industry is changing in that sense that we have to make them future ready. So a lot of focus needs to happen on developing their thinking skills. They as a individual, how do they formulate their opinions, how do they solve those struggles that they come across in everyday life. So the problem solving skills, the skills to collaborate, learning to learn, all these things are coming up in the field of education, and I feel it's very, very important that children at school stage get ample exposure in all these areas, and they become a holistic individual, not just subject learning, but as a person where they stand. It's very important. Yeah.
And it's been a very difficult time for students as well as for the educators in the last 2 to 3 years, just juggling between online and offline, coming back to school, going back.
Yes.
Oh my God, so much of happening.
Yes.
What is the strategy going forward? What are your focus area right now in the particular school you have?
Yeah. See, this COVID taught us that, anything and everything is possible.
That's right.
When it started, it was like very disheartening. We were not able to meet the children. But yeah, if you have that, clarity in your thoughts, and if you are determined, nothing can stop you. So the purpose. So we started off with a lot of training for students, for teachers during that time, and shifted on to hybrid mode. So I feel that this made us future ready. There were flip sides to it. I mean, we were not able to meet the students direct in person, and the peer learning was suffering. But yeah, when we shifted all the things online and later on to hybrid, even now we are using hybrid models. We see it's the school is now not restrained till 2 o'clock for the students. They have learned the skills of collaborating through Zoom. They have learned the skills of staying in touch with each other. The group working has improved. So now a combination of all these skills is helping the students.
That's right. So we talk about innovation, we talk about collaboration, and of course the most important one is engaging with students.
Yes.
Teachers need to improve their abilities and capabilities in order to engage students well. What is your one piece of advice how educators and teachers can improve this?
See, my first and foremost belief is the child, the most important thing is who's teaching. So as an individual, how you are, how uncluttered you are, that would automatically be transferred to the child. You can't be somebody who's stuck up in your own mind and do a brilliant job in the class. It doesn't happen when you are dealing with them as global citizen. It doesn't happen when you are talking about holistic education. So engagement needs to be there completely. Somebody who's passionate about education. If you love your children, if you are passionate about education, then that connect happens. And once that connect has happened, when the conversations start and students are the one who are leading the entire process by asking questions, by exploring, by researching, and teacher is more like just a facilitator. So that is most important way of engaging with the students, and also becoming a learner with them. So all the time you are engaged in learning more with them. There might be, teachers should not be know all kind of an attitude. There would be 10,000 things that you don't know. Even I would not know as teacher, But am I ready to be vulnerable, to sit with children, to be a part of them, learn from them, learn with them, try and, go ahead and search for answers, so that they also learn the skills. no, learn this attitude that it's okay not to know everything. So that kind of a connect I feel is most important for the children.
So change in attitude, change in perception per se
Yeah,
of
true.
being a know-all teacher. As you rightly pointed out, students are now being more diligent, more open,
Yeah.
and more aware of what they want, what they do not
Right,
want. And
right.
if we look at it from the other side of the table, what would you say in your observation? What were some of the strategies that's working well, and how students were grasping their learnings from teacher?
Okay.
If any initiative of yours you want
Yeah,
to
definitely.
point
I would
out?
like to talk about few initiatives here. We thought, I mean, one punchline that we feel is developing leadership in each child. So we have reading project for that, in which children do lots and lots of activities of reading. They read lots of fictions, no? And then there are many activities around that where they learn the various elements. They create different endings to the story, different beginnings to the stories. Then we have student council, where student help us in policy making for the entire school. Because what happens in school years, normally we think बच्चों का क्या है, इनको तो सीधा सीधा बता दो क्या करना है. But the change happens when they become a part of decision making. They are the one who are, experiencing it day in day out. So when they have a say, they get connected to it. So student council is very much functional in our school. Another initiative is PBL, project based learning. There it's like we are using the design thinking approach, where children learn the difference between a challenge and a problem. How to distinguish that whether we have reached the core of the thing, and is it actually जो surface पे दिख रहा है वही है, या the problem is something else and we are solving something else. So they have to reach to that question, and around that doing that research, creating a prototype, and then presenting it. No, so that's another thing that children really enjoy, and they are very much, they are all involved into it. Then even for pre-primary children, because at times we feel that pre-primary में तो सीधा सीधा आपको alphabets पढ़ाने हैं. But no, they are thinking individuals. We deal them as equals. No, we have theme-based teaching for them, and their children, they have this thing open, free play time, think time, CT time, circle time, which we call, where they sit and talk about, whatever. Even the class rules has to be formulated. It has to be formulated in consultation with them. Then only they can kind of understand and imbibe these things properly.
So good to know, because such activities stimulate their thought process and ideas and push them forward to innovate and let's say bring solutions to the table.
Yes.
I can say.
And what I feel most important is that all the things needs to be aligned. You can't just get fascinated by every new idea and implement it. There has to be an alignment. So if we are talking about leadership in each child, then each child needs to get their chance of, following one's passion, giving one's opinion, collaborating, working in groups, working in teams. So we also do have the certain clubs in which they follow their passion, and for 5 consecutive years they train themselves in that skill. Be it somebody is interested in theatre, somebody is interested in public speaking, somebody is interested in, say, swimming. So all variety is there, and they learn one of these skills for 5 continuous school years, 6 to 10, and then they are going outside participating. So this year one of the girl child is playing in under 19 cricket international team.
How lovely, how lovely.
Yeah. So we feel that when ample exposure and that support and that trust is given to the children, they give it back manifold.
That's right. It's so good to know about it. My final question: what is your philosophy of education? As an individual, what do you think? As an enabler, what do you think? What is your core philosophy of education?
I feel education is your being. It doesn't just stop at learning certain subjects. It's like your entire personality. How clear are you about your own thoughts, about own feelings? No, feelings are very important here. So and how having that not just the cognitive approach, but the socio-emotional approach as well, so that you're a good responsible citizen. You're a responsible citizen not just for your country, for the whole globe. Are you conscious that you don't have to waste resources? Are you conscious and empathetic towards those people? No, that divide between haves and haves not need to eradicate. So my theory of education would be, when we are that open-minded, that we are able to look at everybody as an equal, and respect the differences in each other.
This is the key takeaway from you today. I got. Thank you so much for joining,
Thank
and
you.
it was a lovely